Good afternoon, Helsinki. It's great to be back. Let me start to tell you, I was last year here already, and it was a great event. And last year I got asked the question in the end, like, what do I think are the biggest challenges for IoT? And I think, technically there are no limitations. And I think I want to share with you a bit like what happened during the last year and show you a bit how you can actually utilize IoT in an industrial environment. But before we get there, let me tell you a bit about WAP-ICE. WAP-ICE, some of my former speakers from TechS said there used to be WAP technology, WAP technology, that was connecting things to the internet via the mobile phone. So WAP-ICE has been in the business since then. And basically one of our first slogans has been, we're connecting machines to the internet. So we have been founded in 1999. We're 330 people, really fast-growing company. And last year we also won the prestigious award of National Entrepreneur of the Year in Finland. But now I want to go right in to actually customer success stories. So delivered basically with IoT Ticket, which is a product. And I hope you're in it for a ride. So let's start with the first one. It's actually Danfoss drives. Danfoss drives has about 1 million drives deployed all over the world. And basically they are in it for preventing downtime, faster recovery from failures, and optimized system performance. Now, a drive can save quite a lot of energy in an industrial environment. So over here in the background, you already see a couple of dashboards that were created with IoT Ticket. You can see the energy consumption of factories. You can actually have a digital twin to back up and restore your configurations. You can see the current status. It's real-time information. You see the live metrics on dashboards, and you can have that on a factory level. You can go down to a detailed room level or drive level. You can actually see the fault records, you can see anything that basically happened in there, and then also have analytics-enabled solutions. Now, that was the first case I wanted to showcase you. Actually, let's talk about the second one. It's Confidex. Confidex does RFID solutions, so we're talking about logistics here. Logistics meaning in terms of if you transport blood, for example, from point A to point B, you don't want to have that spoiled. Also fresh food, like fish. Very important to keep the temperature levels, very important to have that monitored. And here you can see a dashboard basically where it shows that if something gets out of the range, you get the alarm. And that really works on a large scale. Now, case number 3 I would like to highlight here is Movax. Movax is actually a pile driving machine company. So they make pile driving heads for excavators. And as you can see here on the video, it's basically putting the piles to the ground. Now, the head that is used, of course, requires some smartness or could be optimized in terms of service. And here in the background, you can see a video basically that shows the dashboard, gives you information when the next service level is due. We're really talking here about predictive, preventive maintenance, monitoring, dashboards that are in use. You can see the real-time can control information from the joysticks, from the controllers, or then you can actually have the actual head in the web browser with a 3D widget. Next case, Wirepass. And with Wirepass, I would like to kind of highlight how easy actually it is. It's a ready-made platform. You have dashboards, and you can just use your web browser. You drag and drop the components in there. You attach the data points, and actually you have the information. So what you see here in the background that plays back basically in something like 30 seconds, 1 minute, is basically a dashboard created kind of in real time. And you can also do mobile applications from there. You can roll it out. It's really delegated administrative rights that you give. And at the same time, you can also do reports. So reports meaning monthly condition reports. If you have, for example, regulatory reports where you need to comply to regulation, yes, you can deliver that. They are not static reports, dynamic. Everything running inside the web browser. You don't need any plugins for that. Now, that was the first storyline when we had like still videos. Now, let me continue with success stories delivered. So we talk about construction machines. fleet performance optimization of machines, fleet management, supplier network performance improvements of all the delivered parts, the bits and pieces that are connected. Case number 2, Caverion. So Caverion does condition-based maintenance, preventive, predictive maintenance. And actually over there you can see already solutions that we demonstrate on our stand where you can see vibration analysis, really frequency-based detection scenarios. Our biggest demo that we brought is maybe not the sensor case, but it's actually the Hanasari power plant, which you can see right when you walk out of the store. So you can see actually that factory or that plant is actually connected, for example, via OPC UA. However, this case story that I'm presenting here is actually about consumption information. So you have smart meters in your home, and you can basically compare your consumption levels to your neighbors. You can see how much energy you might need. You will get tips, hints, how you can optimize your own behavior. Now, let me just give you an example here for that. You know, Kone has 1.1 million elevators connected globally in escalators or deployed. Now, here we actually have 3 million connected, and these 3 million produce actually 75 billion data sets per hour. So we're really talking about big data. Let me give you some more examples which we delivered for the smart energy area. It's basically the situation where you have demand and response. So you have a factory that produces, or a plant that produces electricity. You have a shop, a large shopping mall where it consumes electricity. And obviously you can, here in the meantime, you can try to create some logic that optimizes the performance. So that was one of the cases that we delivered. Another one actually is automated demand elasticity. Automated demand elasticity means it's pricing it according, or you buy and sell electricity according to the market prices that are out there. So we're connected with our platform to the Nord Pool spot energy trading system, and then the utility buys and sells electricity, and of course can have the energy production information and actually can get control recommendations to the power stations. Now, how do we do that? We have a complete platform. Actually, one of our customers, he's a CIO for a multi-billion euro company, and he actually gave the comment that, you know, after benchmarking all the big players on the market, he said, like, you guys have the most modern, easy, and complete platform on the market. Now, we're basically a cloud-based platform that you can actually deploy anywhere. So we run in Azure, we run in Amazon Web Services, we run our own data center, but we can also run on customer premises. You can even install it on site and use it as an edge gateway towards another installation. And we enable a lot of different application areas. Now, it is really a complete platform. So meaning we do have electronics. Electronics for data acquisition, analog, digital, IOs, a lot of protocols. Then we have apps, for example, OPC, where you can connect a factory in almost no time. We have OPC UA inbuilt. OPC UA is the de facto standard. It's the only protocol, actually, that is supported by Industry 4.0. And our largest demo out there that is actually connected via OPC UA, for example. Now, on top of that, we actually support through the connectivity up to 140 protocols, so it's very easy to connect devices. We also have partner companies like Libelium. If you are working in the IoT domain, probably Libelium rings a bell. It's basically a company from Spain that does a lot of smart city sensors and so on. We also work with other companies on the electronics field, partner with them, OEMs and so on, that they can deliver services. On top of that, we do have the big data analytics cluster, and that is really linearly scalable. So you can put in any amount of data, it will scale. It's basically microservice-based architecture, cloud native. This is how we enable the deployment to different services. And then what is really like, kind of like a standalone criteria for us, it's the dashboards and the reports, and it's very, very easy to use. So you can really create, within no time, you can connect actually factories. It's just a couple of clicks actually. You can connect them, and then you can create your dashboards, and they can be used for monitoring, but also for control. So it's not just taking in the data, but also being able to respond. Now, we actually have some machine learning, for example, running. We have some adaptive machine learning examples where we can actually, based on the decisions made, we can automatically give the feedback and close the control loop, basically, from there. Now, as I said, it's running in a web browser. You just drag and drop your components there. So you build your user interfaces really in no time. You cannot just build the UI elements, but you can also define interactions. Like, for example, you put in a button, and then it should open the dialog. And then we have the data flow. That's basically where you can program. So programming in a way that you say, okay, well, if the temperature increased by 5% during 10 minutes, give me an alarm. Give me a report. Trigger something, some action. Everything inbuilt, really, really easy to use. You just need a web browser. You can even use it from your tablet. Second thing is, I mentioned the reports. The reports are kind of like having your favorite text processing. It's very familiar to you. So you can just create the reports in a web browser. You just write your text. You can use variables. It's dynamic reports. It's not static. And the amazing thing here is really everything is big data enabled. Now, while a lot of other players talk about big data, we're actually not really talking about big data. We're trying to make it easy to use. So we really talk about ease of use. How can we, as an IT provider, make it so easy to use that a person in the field, working on the server side, working with a machine, that he can actually create the content that really matters to his customer. And this is, I think, what we achieved to a very good degree, so that our customers can actually even do these things by themselves. There was a customer that developed and implemented a complete flood monitoring and prevention solution with our platform. Alarms and events, of course, that's also a hot topic, but I guess that you would take for granted. 3D support right from within your browser. So you can actually have the 3D models. You can highlight the errors that a remote service person, service technician would be able to see where are the issues, and that he can better delegate or control the service person in the field. Now, here we are actually like in our labs already connecting these 3D elements from the dashboards and the reports into the virtual world, the augmented world. So we actually have some augmented reality demos on our stand that you might want to take a look at. On top of that, we're analytics enabled. So the analytics enablement really helps you in deriving conclusions and then taking the right actions that you can actually prevent certain things from happening, optimize your business, optimize your performance, and again, develop new content that you can roll out very fast in no time. Here we showcase the augmented reality part. So this is basically augmenting a object on top of a real object. You can also see the sensor connectivity, and some really a highlight here also, mobile applications. You don't need to program. You can do it the same way as you did the dashboards. So you create basically a dashboard, then you can optimize it for mobile use. The logic is in the background. It's really big data enabled, and you can ship them in no time. No coding required for all that. So you just need to have data flow knowledge. A person in the field could do that if he's familiar with his favorite office application. Now, my closing line here would be that you can deliver IoT application really in minutes. It's very, very easy. And the thing is that there are very, very few platforms in the world that can actually do that. And we're one of them. And it's coming out of Finland. It's made in Europe. So we're very proud to be from here. By that, I would like to thank you. I hope you got some idea what we are about, what we can deliver. And I'm pretty sure this year will be again an amazing ride, so that we can showcase you next year even greater success stories that we delivered with IoT Ticket. Last but not least, I would like to say, check out our stand. We actually have a couple of cool demos there. And if you have any questions, we're here for the whole 2 days. So thank you, and I hope you have a great event.
Thank you, Mathias. We are running behind the schedule. That's why I'm in a rush. But you said that you were here 1 year ago, and now you are here. And I'll quickly ask you, what do you think is the situation with IoT Ticket and your situation in 1 year ahead?
Well, I think this year will be really a very, very fast-paced year. We can actually see that it used to be a technology push, that we pushed technology to the market, that we were kind of like ahead of what was required. But now we can see it's turning around. So there is definitely a technology pull going on. It's actually our customers that tend to approach us more and more, that they say, our customers really require that. And this is, I think, the strong point that we're having, that, yes, we can actually deliver things. And this will be an amazing year, I think, because we can already see in the background that there are a lot of great stories piling up and great business cases. So, yes, please stay tuned.
Okay, and maybe we'll see you next year. Good luck and thank you.
Yes, thank you, Pia.